Hi, Prasanna. Thank you so much for joining us virtually. I know you're based in Europe, otherwise we'd love to have you join in person. But still, we are very lucky to have you join virtually to share your experience being a design partner for this intelligent policy. Do you mind to share with us why you chose to go on this design partner journey and what benefit have you got so far?
I couldn't be more excited to be here with you all to share my experiences about Zscaler Private Access. When we started our Zero Trust Access journey by migrating to Zscaler Private Access solution, right in the middle of the COVID pandemic to enable all our employees to work from home seamlessly, what we could enable was instantaneously get about 80,000 of our employees worldwide to access our internal applications from anywhere, as we could leverage the power of cloud and scale the way we want around the capacity demands dynamically, right? The part of our Zero Trust journey also kind of went into what's called the Zero Trust principles of providing the right level of access to the right set of users, what we internally call as just enough access. However, until now, we did not have the visibility of the information of what people were accessing across the VPNs, but Zscaler Private Access would enable it for us in terms of who was accessing these applications, from where were they accessing, and how was it being accessed across the estate. Now, when we started digesting this information, we had a huge amount of data that we had to kind of bring in that was kind of bringing us to two big sets of problems. One is the large amounts of data that had to be digested through traditional analysis using PowerShell and Power BI and Excel and all of that. And the second problem that we encountered was around the groundwork that is required to do the analytics in terms of converting them into policies, etc., which we could directly absorb and use to enable just enough access. So this is where intelligent policy kind of comes into play, because this can work with large sets of data, make sense of the data patterns and the trends that's kind of appearing, and provide us the insights and policies that we could use to enable our Zero Trust initiative in just applying the policy that's really required for our users. First and foremost, we have a very active engagement with the Zscaler team in working through the data that's been captured over many months now. And this has yielded in amazing insights on how our environment has been operating. And if any of our Zero Trust policies that are currently being applied are being used efficiently, right? So we've been benefiting in two big ways. One is we started kind of using the Zero Trust access policies, using the intelligent policy to see whether they are kind of working the way we intended it to be. So the intelligent policy has been able to provide a feedback mechanism for us to see how effective our policies are as we apply them to each and every application that we kind of have enabled today. So example, let's say we applied a lockdown set of policies to Active Directory servers as the initial set of configuration. What the intelligent policy has been able to provide us is insight if there are other servers which kind of operate in a similar manner, if there are other Active Directory servers that is not part of the policy, and hence we are able to kind of identify them and apply the policies in the right manner. A good example could be if somebody built a dev or QA environment, or somebody created a test environment like an Active Directory service, and these services have been missed due to human error or process lapse, then we were able to get kind of highlighted through the intelligent policy to kind of apply the right policies and bring them back into the right policy controls. The second big outcome has been that it has been able to provide visibility on new applications that are appearing locally, or bespoke applications that have been coming up. So this allows us not only to kind of identify these applications, but the intelligent policy is able to kind of predict what type of applications these could be, and also prompt what type of appropriate control should be. So what used to be a large manual processing of analytics and human intelligence to kind of digest all the information is now being made very, very easy, because one, we are able to kind of use multiple dimensions to arrive at what the right policy is. Otherwise, it used to be a long drawn engagement with the platforms to identify what is the right policy to be applied, because most of the time these legacy applications don't have information about what ports and protocols are being used, what the application IP addresses, etc., and things like that. But with this intelligent policy, we're able to kind of group them together. We're able to kind of predict what type of policy that needs to be applied. So I think that's kind of accelerating the way we would want to kind of go about just enough access. The challenge is not that people can't do it. The challenge is time and capacity. It requires so many people to, clean through the data and then understand it, digest it, and then work over a long period of time, which is what the machine learning is actually enabling us to do faster. So if you saw the call in the last call, where we kind of picked up. You say payroll, there are like 10 applications. It would have taken at least 3-4 weeks of somebody's time to really sit and understand all of the various payroll applications, bring it all in one place, and try and kind of make sense out of it. And still, you would have been wrong, because we'd have to go back to the platforms and say, hey, this is what we found, and can you please tell us this is right or not? And they would have half a clue about it. They would say, yeah, it could be right, but you need time to kind of go and look at it, then come back. And this is the whole challenge is about time consumption to arrive at what we want to do, which is what this enables and accelerates at the best.